Hi, it's Jamie Smart here, and I wanted to take a few minutes to share something with you. And what I want to share is something that's made a huge difference in my own life, is making a huge difference in the lives of my clients. And as I speak to you now, I've just finished doing a 5-day life transformation retreat here in St. Lucia in the Caribbean. And the story of how I come to be here and how I'm doing this is also related to what I'm going to be sharing with you. And so I'll be covering that in these videos and sharing that with you at the same time. And so in this video, what I wanted to talk with you about is a really powerful distinction, which is about listening. And I was having a call with someone, a coaching call, an initial call with someone a while back. I was being coached by him, and it was our first call. And he said to me something which kind of stopped me in my tracks. He said, "Jamie, I don't know quite how to say this, but you don't seem to me like a very good listener." And I was like, "Tell me more," because as far as I was concerned, I was an amazing listener. As a matter of record, that I was great at listening to the little voice cues that people made and unpacking their language and that sort of stuff. But he said, "Well, Jamie, it seems like when you're listening to me, you got a lot on your mind. It's like listening is something that you're doing. You're listening hard." And he said, "What I'd really love you to do is to kind of listen with nothing on your mind." And what he was pointing to is the way many of us have been taught to listen is to listen for agreement. To listen to decide whether what we're hearing agrees with what we're already thinking or what we already know. If it does agree, how does it fit in? If it doesn't agree, how does it differ? Do we think it's right or wrong? How can we use it? And he was right. How I was used to listening was to listening with a lot on my mind, listening to how it fit, listening to how I could use it, all that sort of stuff. And he said to me, there's another way of listening. And that other way of listening is to listen like you used to listen when you're a child. Listen like you used to listen before you knew how to listen. And the reason that that's useful is when we're listening with something on our mind, we're listening through the filters of what we already know to be true, what we already know. And so one of the greatest, most powerful things you can do is to be able to listen outside of what you already know. See, if you want something to really make a big difference in your life, then what you already know that's the boundaries around what's possible for you, or what you perceive to be possible for you. But when you're listening outside of what you already know, then that's the domain of the unknown. That's the domain of the new. And when you can listen outside of what you already know, then you can have what's called an insight, which is seeing the world differently, like that, seeing your place in the world differently in an instant. The French writer Anais Nin once said, "Things don't change, we change." Oh, no, she didn't. She said, "We don't see the world as we are." She didn't say any of these things. I'm sorry, Anais Nin. She said, "We don't see the world as it is, we see the world as we are." And then someone else said, "The world doesn't change, we change." And that's my experience too, that when I can listen outside of what I already know, what I already know about people, what I already think I know about the world, what I already think I know about myself and what I'm capable of, then that's where the real power is. And so in these videos, one of the things I'm going to be pointing you in the direction of is where there's an incredible sense of power within you, a power that can make a big difference to you, that can transform your experience of life, and can be of enormous value to you, especially if you're a people helper, if you're working in the domains of coaching or consulting or therapy or hypnotherapy. What I'm going to be sharing with you has tremendous power. And so as you watch these videos, I invite you to listen like you're listening to music that you enjoy. Listening with nothing on your mind. Listening, this will sound strange, but listening without even trying to get anything from it. Just kind of listening to be impacted. Whatever you get from them, you can always, you're not going to have anything that you already know taken away. But when you listen with nothing on your mind, you can hear something outside of what you already know. And that's something that can really make a difference to you in a big way. So thanks for listening to this, and I've got more to share with you soon. Bye.